Hello friends and welcome to Zonadiscgolf. We are here in Oviedo, Asturias, Spain to witness the Open de España Disc Golf played here in the Purificación Tomás course in Oviedo. And we have luxury commentators here with Mens and Vilja Hulden. Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
And with Devin here in Bilbao also with me. Devin.
Welcome.
Hey, how's it going? Glad to be with you.
Okay, it was a great tournament.
There
hey,
you
David,
are.
what you doing there?
Let's have a little foot fault.
A total of 100 players came from 14 countries, so it's really a good result. And here we have the general standings after 2 rounds. Anders Haugen from Norway with -4, Markus Saarepu from Estonia -3, Carlos Rio from Spain 1 positive, and Johannes Jalasti 1 positive also, which will make the lead card. Okay, Mans, which were your impressions here in the tournament?
Well, it's a fantastic course. This was the first time I got to play it, even though this is already the 6th Open de España. I wish I would have played earlier, but never too late. It's absolutely great, and it complements the other courses in Spain perfectly.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice technical holes, and it's very pretty.
Here we are in hole number 1, par 3, 62 meters. You can see the sheen. They have changed the course for the Open de España. You see a new mando, which is not shown in the video. There will be some minor differences, but it's Devin. It's a forehand hole. This one, no?
Yeah, definitely. I think the forehand is definitely the play. That you have the option of some steep anhyzer turnover, but kind of a risky play.
Okay, so it's Anders Haugen from Norway, which will start. And here's that forehand line.
You really want to turn before the pine trees and get a big skip. But you don't want to land close to the basket.
Yeah, it skips it to the road pretty easily from there.
Yeah, and there are some roots near the basket, no? I think the skids can become a bit erratic if you touch one root there.
Yeah, for sure.
You can push the disc up and roll away if you hit it wrong.
But on the whole, this ended up being the easiest hole on the course. So even though the Mando looks tough, it didn't hit that many people.
Yeah, here's Markus Saarepu.
That's
a young
the
player.
perfect line. That's what you want.
Whoa.
Oh,
You got a little unlucky there, but
Yeah, a little bit of love tree after that high skip. And here's our Spanish champion, Carlos Rio, that veteran player, which still fights with the young generations, a lot of experience. And he's known by being a mostly backhand player. Here is that turnover line that Devin's talked about.
the line's there, but it tends to end up to the left, and then you have the death putt toward the road, and you don't really want that.
Yeah, a bit precarious.
But he's such a good putter. He's gonna
Also
burn.
known for using a little, just a few discs. So maybe it was not. I think it was maybe the mercy. It was not understable enough to turn that much to the right. And here is Johannes Jalasti from Finland, which goes the shorter road.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Johannes has spent 2 seasons training in Mijas now, and he's getting pretty impressive. He should be on the lead court. There we go.
Nice job.
Okay, that's the way to begin. No fear of the OB behind.
Nice. Another birdie.
Another birdie.
2 for 2 here.
Let's see if we can clinch the star frame. And Anders is in the lead, so you really want to get that first putt in. Oh no!
Off the cage.
You have a tied ball game. So I got to play the second round with Markus here, and I have to say I'm impressed. The kid is 19 years old. He played his first 1,000 rated round in this tournament. That was the second round. Very strong backhand, very strong sidearm, great putt, great mental game. He's got a future.
Another good, confident putt to begin the round.
Okay, hole number 2, par 3, 92 meters, a little bit uphill. Mans, do you really need a lot of power to go to the basket?
Yeah, you do. If you want to go sidearm, which is the safe route. Yeah, there's the Mando tree, which is kind of far and high, so you have to power it. Or you might hit the tree, do Mando the wrong side. The backhand line is there, but the Mando is scary either way. There's the play, the hyzer play, where you come in just before the Mando and skip a little left to the basket. You get a 7-meter putt if you get it right. I like that line too.
Yeah,
I'm sure
you also
we'll
have
see
the option
Carlos do that because he doesn't play sidearm that much.
Yeah, you also have the option of playing something kind of understable towards the left and hope that it flips up and pushes straight, but maybe a little bit trickier, especially just on the second hole if you're not properly warmed up here.
Yeah, and
sure these
there's
guys
stuff
are.
here on the left in the way, so you really have to scrape that. And there's a cameraman on the left too. You have to go really close to him.
Rafa, my brother, is covered by the right on the corner.
Marcus
I love the
parked
sound.
this on our round. Let's see. Oh, that looks short. Oh, hit the. That's still
Looks like
safe.
you can still pitch around.
Yeah, he'll have to pitch around.
Here comes Carlos, who checks out the wind. You will see in some holes we have the wind indicator. We have incorporated some new things to the coverage, like the wind indication. You will see the direction and the speed. Also in some long holes, the driver speed, we go with a radar to check out the speed. And also the third camera, which will give us from more views of the game.
Yeah, and he ended up playing right in front of that tree pretty perfectly. Kind of a tough distance to get exactly.
It looks a little yank to the left. But it's okay. You can really run a putt from the left there because it's slightly uphill and not really scary.
Yeah, it would take a lot of power to push over the crest of that hill and roll away down the backside.
Another backhand. Ooh, that was the cameraman.
Somewhere there in the left.
Yeah, that was that one line I was talking about where you could push something understable and hope it pushes forward, but definitely the trickier shot of the...
Okay, Marcus didn't pass the Mando, but at least didn't fail it. Whoops.
No, that's good.
That's good.
That's good.
I thought he was far enough so he'd have to do a roller.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
not
so
that-
Johannes was long. He's on the other side. We will see then in hole number 3 the beautiful views of Oviedo city in the background.
Yeah, he wasn't
Oh,
too
no,
far
he's-
from maybe rolling
further
all
than
the
it
way
looked,
down that
yeah.
hill.
Yeah. That could have been a disaster. And Anders Haugen, who keeps the lead with -4, tied with Marcus. Well, there's a chance for birdie, but it's too far away. Oh,
Yeah.
really good run. And here Carlos.
Oh no.
Bit uncharacteristic.
Yeah, it looks windier than we played this
Yeah.
like 20 minutes before them, and this looks windier than what we had.
Yeah, we were protected by the forest in this first part, but now we're going to the open field, and I think we will feel more the wind.
Yeah, the first day was really bad. Day 2 was okay. Day 3 was mostly okay. But that's why you see the higher scores on day 1. It's really the wind.
Here comes the hole number 3. What a beautiful scenic view. Par 3, 86 meters, and a heavy downhill, Devin.
Yeah, I think everyone played a pretty steep hyzer from what I saw and just kind of hoped that their disc would hit and flop and not sit up and roll, which was unfortunately the case for me a couple of rounds.
What hardness of the disc should you use to avoid those rolls? A hard disc, I think, could slide more, but the soft one could stand up and roll?
Yeah, I think that was the case. I think you try to use something a little bit either soft or something kind of flexible so that, it just hits and sort of flops and doesn't stand up. But yeah, still either way, you're kind of risking that. There's a good chance. It's I don't know if you can see in the footage, but it is a very steep incline, so kind of just crossing your fingers on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially if there's wind, it gets really tricky.
Yeah.
I've seen every kind of shot here, but I haven't seen anybody consistently practice. I've seen jump putts, upside down, side arm, steep hyzer, low hyzer. This is a really hard hole. What would the stats say on this hole?
Just a moment.
Our stats person.
I think it's a tomahawk, no?
Yep.
Watch out. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw someone play a tomahawk on one of my cards as well and ended up maybe 10 feet from the basket, so...
Yeah, it hasn't been, statistically, it wasn't a too exciting hole. Mostly it's par, like 60% par, 12% birdie, nothing special, not a lot of bogey.
Frightening, but
double
not that
bogey.
much. Watch out the beautiful landscape there in the background with the Asturias mountains. Asturias is it's by the sea, but you have very close mountains which are called Picos de Europa, and there are some beautiful landscapes here. You have the blue of the sea and the green of the valleys and the white of the mountains, everything very close, and Oviedo in the background.
Yeah, it's easily the prettiest course I've ever played.
Santiago, which is not that far away, is competing for that title too. And we have Chacobeo Open coming up in April. That'll be a great one too. And I think it's awesome that disc golf has taken off in Spain, because then you can really extend the season, start playing tournaments February like this one, and keep going all the way to October, November, which is not the case in Northern Europe, where a large part of the players are.
Yeah, and Spain also offers really varied landscapes that was unlucky.
Yeah, the flat shots on this one are tough because you can hit the tops of these trees, but also it can just sail all the way down the hill and to the left and potentially OB. So.
Oh yeah, there's the OB too. Seems like he's playing with his 30 seconds to check the wind out a little bit.
He's also played this tournament a bunch of times, I think. This is maybe his third time.
Yeah, well, he's played tournaments in general a bunch of times.
Since like 2007, yeah.
Yeah, and his low PDGA number got him on the lead card after the first round. We had like a four-way tie for different positions.
Watch out,
Yeah.
roll away.
Oh, yeah, there's that OB.
Stop by the wall. It's not OB. You have to go up. He's asking which are the relief rules there, but it's not
This is
wire
short.
fence, so it's 1 meter, just 1 meter. And here's the short drive from Johannes Jalasti. Playing safe. Whoa, what a skip! Yeah, such a heavy downhill. It's not easy. And here is, you just have 1 meter. There is not a lot of room to even to move, or you have the fear of scratching your hand with the wall, no?
Yeah, and the incline is pretty steep, so your run up is not great. Hard to generate.
Maybe
any
it's
power
better
if you're
to
much
even
further.
don't run up, no? If,
Yeah, just a standstill.
yeah.
Yeah,
Then you need the power
he
to
was
run.
going perpendicular. Sort of, we're all getting used to the new PDGA rules where you can take in any direction you want to from an OB. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Yes, it's 1 meter from the point, no?
Yeah,
And you can go whatever you want.
that gives you a little bit more flexibility.
Yeah. Okay, he also forehand on the left of those little trees. I feel like he's not comfortable. He cannot make the whole movement.
Yeah, you can't really stretch back a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying. He's testing.
Not bad, a little bit short.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Still uphill putt, so. Yeah, so that was confusing in making the groups, because Disc Golf Metrics would sort the groups totally differently, whereas it's actually only the PDGA number that breaks ties, not how well you played the last hole or the next to the
Yeah.
last. It's only the PDGA number. A lot of people don't know that, and so they think they're in group 2 or group 3 on the next day, and then they're surprised when they see the actual grouping.
Anders has a curious putting style. He makes like a little stop, no? Just in the beginning of the motion, he stops like the penalty throwers in football that makes the paradinha, no? Stops for a tenth of a second, and it's strange. Oh, Carlos, no fear. Second fearless putt. And 2 birdies in 3 holes. It's a good beginning.
Yeah, Markus, that was another impressive thing. He really has a settled, clear routine in his putting. It takes about the same amount of time every time. And the putts go in.
Yeah, and that brings Markus to the lead. Outright.
Is this the first time he's leading outright? I think so.
Yeah, they were tied before, and now he's in the lead.
Okay, good putt from Johannes. It just takes the par because of that first drive which touched the trees. So Markus, the Estonian player who takes the leadership. We have made some videos about Estonia. Estonia playing. We made a video about Estonia, both of the Estonian championships in the snow. We are not used to playing the snow here in Spain. And they also made some videos about Estonian players playing here in the winter in Spain and their experiences and the disc golf trip. So it's always a good thing to have players playing here in Spain. And we have made also a video about ideas to go on holidays on Estonia for beautiful holidays and disc golf holidays.
Well, that was a beautiful sidearm from Carlos. Why didn't he do that on number 1?
A standstill sidearm, and this is not a super short hole, but that was. He
Yeah,
looked like a
see,
sidearm player there.
Yeah, a lot of people go right up the middle. I also saw a few people go in with a wide hyzer because there is an opening to the right side of those bushes that some people would try to push through, but
Yeah, and I saw
think going right
good
up the
results
middle.
with that. Everybody who did that birdied. This looks like a straight up putter mid-range, straight down the gut.
yeah, and that
Ooh,
is
too
the
far
one
left.
mistake not to make is either not getting enough on it and hyzering out, and then you're just running the risk of how far is it going to go down the hill.
Yeah, you can get in a funny position where it's hard to get around the tree and bushes there.
Good shot. Yeah. Carlos has a birdie chance here.
Yeah, pretty steep headwind. Looked like it pushed up there at the last second.
I figure this is one of the easier holes. You don't, really want to birdie this because so many players are doing birdie.
Yeah, there's a lot of pars and quite a few birdies.
Markus who goes ahead, and after that 2 strokes swap in the last hole is making more room over Anders Haugen.
Yeah, 2 weak side putts in a row, though. I wonder if that's going to be a consistent trend here, or we can get those back on the pole.
And Carlos takes his par.
Yeah, it could be early round jitters.
Hole number 5, par 3, 106 meters. It's not that long, but it's inclined to the left. It's a bit scary, no? Vilja?
Yeah, there's a lot of this turned out to be a pretty easy hole to par, but there really aren't many birdies at all. This was one of the hardest holes to birdie.
Yeah, it's a long 106. It's like you have to fly 106 flat and can't get any fade at all in a backhand. So that's why some sidearm players who have the power try to play sidearm, because you're landing much better toward the basket.
You could
it's difficult.
play the flex for him, but there are trees on the left which can block you before you get to the basket. Or if you use something understable and you do turn it over, you can hit the wrong angle and roll all the way down the hill and out of bounds. So, I think a lot of
Yeah, it
people
rolls really easily.
That's a good line.
And that's a beautiful forehand. Powerful and straight. Let's see the repetition. Whoa, beautiful. Flat, go, 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 go. Cool.
Yeah, and I've seen backhand shots that made it almost all the way to the basket, and then they start fading and get that big skip down left OB.
We have some wind from right to the left, 7 kilometers an hour. That's short. Here comes Carlos. Does he kisses the disc or warms out the fingers? No, not sure.
Yeah, I think he blows on it to make it sort of stickier. I do that.
Okay. I thought it was just a bit of love to the disc.
Could be. Never know.
84 kilometers an hour, the drive speed. We're doing now a Doppler radar to give you some more information about the game.
Yeah, and the distance where they're landing here, you can give it a pretty safe run. I mean, it's not close, but you shouldn't really be running into too much trouble if you miss.
Yeah, so, some of those looked a little bit short, but they're actually, you're pretty confident putting uphill. There's that tree behind, and you can just go for it. That's nice.
93 kilometers an hour, and it's absolutely pin height.
Yeah, 93 flew farther than 84. Makes sense. Physics.
Okay, Carlos, safe on the smart play.
Yeah, I suppose if you do hit the cage, then that's the risk.
I think that Mark Lopez saw the disc in. And here's Markus, which has a beautiful beginning here. 3 birdies in 4 holes. In such a tough course. Great style. He keeps the rhythm. He doesn't rush.
Yeah. It's a 4-stroke lead if Anders doesn't make this.
Ooh, hard putt here. Downhill, it's dangerous. Yep.
Oh, wedge. And that counts. The rules changed January 1st.
Yeah, new PDGA rule. It is in.
It's
that's it.
Sometimes
it
it really
have to be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be 60% in. It's in. It's hanging. It's in. Who wants a tackle? Tackle?
Next PDGA.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Picture.
I bet it was a soft disc.
Yeah, sometimes it pays to be an old school spin putter with a soft disc.
Yeah, I haven't even. That's the first time I've witnessed that. Good on him.
I have so many which didn't count. And now I haven't gotten a single one now that it counts.
Well, there's time yet.
Okay.
No chance.
Okay. Carlos still fighting with Johannes for the 3rd place. And it seems like Anders and Markus are going ahead on the fight for the victory in this beautiful scene here in the España, Open de España in Oviedo. Hole number 6, par 3, 102 meters, uphill also, and it's hard. You have trees on the start. It's a narrow fairway. It's not easy, Devin.
No, yeah, the first tree on your right, if you want to swing a wide hyzer, well, you could come into this green pretty strong and roll away. The second tree also blocks a lot of shots from getting close to that basket. And if you hit that tree and sit behind it, it's kind of a tough one to get up. The second shot, you're going to want to put it up on this road behind the basket if you can, because if you hit anywhere in the front, again, you're running into troubles with rollaways.
Yeah, I saw some pretty brutal rollaways from upshots on this hole, like twice in one round. Some people got multiple ones in playing once. And this was really hard to birdie. There was only 8 birdies in the whole tournament on this hole.
Vilja is like the disc golf Google. She always has the right information.
Got to do the stats,
Side eye, that's dangerous.
That's a pretty shot.
Yeah.
It seems easy, but Markus is doing a super round here.
Yeah.
I have never witnessed such a good round here in the Purificación Tomás course.
Looks easy, but that gap
Looks
gets
easy,
real
but it's-
small when you're on the
yeah.
tee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the angle control is pretty great too. That's the other thing, because on the course like this, your angles have to be pretty great, or else you're running into rollaways.
Very straight, and even a bit of a skip, which was not easy. It's such a uphill.
Couple of scary putts though from there.
Yeah, you have like a fire road behind the basket. If you go long, there's not a big deal. But if you touch cage or something like this, you can really lose another 2 strokes easily. Whoa! It passed away. No. Madre mía.
Okay.
And it held.
Bit of
Well,
luck.
it has enough luck for this hole. Carlos taking his time. A bit too low, maybe. Very good.
Pretty good ground play though. Can't imagine he'll be running that one though, so.
No, I think
Gonna
he's going
lay
to be
up
thinking
and
about
take
landing with just the right angle, because you're that far away, you need to land right so that you don't get the roll.
Those brown areas with the pine behind, below the pines have way more skip than the green ones, because the pine leaves are very, very good for skipping. He didn't even try.
Yeah, nice and safe.
I'm not sure if we're gonna see any birdie here.
Yeah, I think the birdie stats are low because people aren't running them. They're
Yeah.
getting up there pretty close, but they're just not running them.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. You hit that little bank that's right in front of the basket, and you're going to be 50
That was
meters
easy.
downhill.
First real try that we see. And Anders. Oh,
Oh, we can hear it.
you hear people cheering.
For the
Robert
hole in
Abel
one.
has made a hole-in-one, an ace in hole 10, which already had an ace last year. It's it's a good hole.
Yeah. It's got a hazard right behind it, so if you miss your ace on it, you're taking it.
Good putting from Carlos.
Yeah, he ended up a little bit further away than it looked like. That's not an easy putt.
Full commitment here. There is no chance for error. It's easy for those players.
Yeah, this is shaping up like Markus is pulling away, and Carlos and Johannes are kind of playing for third place here. Well, 3 strokes between second and
Okay,
third.
so 4 pars here.
Yeah, I mean, there could be a three-stroke swing still, but Markus has been really consistent.
Hole number 7, par 3, 78 meters. Again, we have a new layup for the tournament. So there's a Mando on the right. You don't go through the trees, but on the right part, and you make maybe a big skip to reach the basket.
Yeah, I do think this was one of the easier holes on the course. You just wanted to play like maybe a stable putter or mid-range, just throw it flat, and it's just gonna kind of skip down the hill towards the basket.
It might have felt that way, but the stats don't support you there.
Oh, really?
This is the
That was
third hardest hole on the course.
Really?
Yeah.
It was the only one I birdied all 3 rounds.
Oh, really? So it was easy for you.
So you
So maybe
probably
it's
have
just
all the
for me.
birdies on this.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess
a third of them at least.
Yeah, too much hyzer maybe, and could stand up and roll out of bounds. So maybe that happened for a
Yeah,
few
you must have
players.
found the line. I
More
think
than a
people
few.
also miss the Mando more than you think. It fades pretty easily or too early. Or then you go long and you go right to the road.
Yeah, I played first round with Isma, who's a local, and he really
Oh.
scraped that Mando, like went really close. And I was like, oh, that's scary, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But he parked it.
Anders, little mistake from Markus. A bit too long. Stop. No.
Yeah. That happens so easily.
Fuera de límites, out of bounds.
Devin, did you say you do putter on this?
Yeah.
And you
I
still
threw
get all the
a-
way
yeah,
down.
Yeah, I just threw a zone, pretty flat. Maybe just a tiny bit of Anheuser. Made it around, skipped like right under the basket. My whole rounds certainly didn't go that way.
Yeah, it's hard to get there so that you have a comfortable putt.
Yeah, and if you use a fairway driver here, I think that the problem is that the skips are going to be very long, no? And you could reach the road OB long.
Because there's a pretty steep incline, and yeah, it could skip quite a ways.
The designer of the hole, let's see how he does.
That looks to be the shot.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That looked like a driver, by the way.
Yeah, and we had these horses down here right across the street watching the entire weekend. It was pretty cool.
Long jump putt. I remember. A bit too much to the right, no?
I left it a bit short.
Yeah, looks like bogey.
I thought he was going to play more aggressively. Focus.
This is hard to land right. You can get a lot of rolls. Like I played this safe one round and landed by the basket, but it rolled 10 meters down. Good.
Okay, Anders in a difficult position after that OB. He has to take his stance in that heavy incline. He's asking about where the OB begins, so to check where he can put his feet. It's such a hard putt.
Yeah, that was part of the good organization of this course too. Like the OBs on the caddy book were so clearly marked. And
That's
how
true. That's
you
true.
should, from where you should count in every situation.
Oh, very nice.
What a par save! Beautiful. Watch out. Curious style.
Yeah, and you can kind of see where he is on the incline there. That there's with the 1 meter, a lot of the time you were going to the very top of the incline, and then sometimes you were just on the side of it, and that made things really difficult.
I double checked his style because it seems like he's jumping when he's putting, but he throws the disc just a tad before he jumps, so it's correct. It's not illegal. It's legal. Upside down disc. Boom. Carlos
To
is
not
in
taking
the
any
mood for
chances.
risking. Seems like par is enough.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, he's got a pretty tight fight with Johannes here, so.
Maybe he's expecting the failing from Johannes.
Yeah, but Johannes has been pretty consistent with the
Yeah.
putts, so can't really do that.
Not sure. Markus. Okay, first bogey of Markus, which reduces a bit the distance to two strokes. And hole number 8, one of the most famous in this course, the long straight road.
Yeah.
Par 4, 131 meters, and a lot of trees.
Yeah, this was a real risk-reward hole. There were actually 3 eagles during the tournament, but there were
eagles.
also a lot of double bogeys, and half the people got like bogey or worse.
Devin,
So-
you went for it,
Yeah,
or
I was in that latter group. I was able to par my final round, but the tough one is it's a little downhill. You want to push as straight as you can, But if you turn it over a little bit and catch the right side of the trees, it kind of kicks you off into that road. And there's an incline from left to right, or a decline from left to right, so they roll across the street, and it can get pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Diabolic ideas from the designer.
Yeah, this is just a tough one.
Okay, here's Anders.
A lot of players like going for it too, because when you throw with authority, it's easier to hit that gap. If you sort of baby it, then there you go.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Long. Final kick. It's really, really hard to avoid all the trees. Once you pass the man though, it's okay because you can choose your line more freely.
Yeah, there's more space on the left too. If you end up left of that middle alley, there's more space over on the left, but then
Yeah. The problem is that when you kick a tree, you're not 100% sure of in which direction it's gonna rebound.
sort of a crapshoot.
A bit to the left.
Oh.
Oh, missed the Mando.
And the drop
So
zone
Carlos was
still
waiting for this, for the
ways
failing
away.
of Johannes. Another kiss. That was a kiss. That was not a blow.
Yeah, looks like he's going with the mid-range.
Watch out how he's concentrating. Straight. It doesn't. It didn't turn over.
Yeah, got through, and he's over on the left though. So
Yeah,
Watch
there's
out this.
wide
I
alley on
think
the left.
he's. Is he visualizing the line? Watch out how he's
Short
keeping it out,
meditation.
closing her eyes. Yes. I think it's some kind of visualization of what he intends to do. Mental game is so important in this golf, no?
Oh, for sure.
absolutely. I didn't see too many sidearms on this one, but from the looks of it, he's got quite a great one. So
Yeah, it can make it easier to hit that gap, but it's hard to control. Not going too
beautiful.
far right.
or
Good kick.
going, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
good
he
luck.
gonna lead? Yeah, the skip to the right is dangerous. So
But it's safe. And the finish, Johannes Jalasti from the drop zone. Straight. Beautiful. Little kick. Hey, fortunate kick.
All right.
sat down. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd definitely rather be putting that direction.
Way left. Not an easy putt. And even downhill putt.
Yeah, downhill 30-footer, not the easiest.
And second shot from Markus. Oh, beautiful.
Wonder if he's gonna give it a go or just play it safe for the easy birdie.
It's still pretty far. And Markus is going to birdie for sure. So.
Bit too high. Well,
Well,
not a bad result.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be happy with that tree kick there.
Okay, let's check out that downhill putt that we talked about. Yeah. A lot of support from the caddies and the local crowd. He's putting quite well.
yeah, and that took Carlos too.
And Markus, that goes
here's
back to
Johannes.
the green way. After that bogey on hole 7.
There you go. That's a good question.
Yeah, but so Carlos is again in third place.
You see the stop. Okay, another birdie. Hole number 9, par 4, 130 meters. And again, the standard basket is on the right. You see on the right, but now we have to turn to the left to make a new design for the.
Yeah, is this
for
from
the
last
tournament.
year, the footage? Because now the tee is like 40 meters back to the left. And
Is it usual to change the layup from the courses to avoid, I guess, the advantage of the local players?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's important, especially when there's only like 5 or 6 courses in Spain, and you got guys that live in Oviedo playing this every day. I think it's maybe a little useful or like keep things a little bit more fair.
This is also eagleable for those who have the power to get there. I saw Leon get inside the circle on one. That's the left-hand route. You go a little bit of Anheuser, pretty straight. Then there's the right-hand route, but there's OB close to that fence. So, for example, that could be in danger. Now you see the OB. That's safe. There's also the straight-up Anheuser play to the left of the tree and go right, away from the OB, which is a safe play.
Yeah, and the distance is a little deceiving here because it is sloping uphill all the way until you're getting back to the left. So I saw a lot of people, lay up till right about where Carlos is going and then playing something like a putter to get around the OB and ending up pretty short and against the fence.
Oh yeah, and sidearm's great because you're fading right.
Yeah, away from the OB. Yeah.
A bit too high, maybe.
It'll be safe at least.
A lot of power.
Yeah, he'll still definitely be able to reach the green from there if he wants to.
Yeah.
But certainly a little bit precarious because the backside of the green there rolls. You can roll away into the out of bounds as well. So.
Yeah, it's really seems like one of those holes where the second shot is the important one. Exactly where you throw it from is not that important. I think these are all birdieable easily.
Okay, at least all 4 are safe. And let's see how they fly through the corner. Carlos again checking out the wind. We were beginning at 2 p.m., so usually on the evening it begins a bit of wind, so it changes the course.
Looks like he's using a fairway driver here, so avoiding the mistake I was talking about where I saw a lot of people plow mid-ranges, end up short.
You can go left and try to make the shorter route, but then you make more meters over the OB, and maybe it's riskier, no?
Yeah, depending on where you crossed out of bounds too.
If you cross very early and you end up OB, it's a disaster.
Yeah, if you throw over the OB the whole way, you're just throwing the same shot again. Looks like you got pretty perfect there.
Beautiful.
That's how you draw it up.
Watch out. Perfect angle and speed control. Even the skip was a good one. Yeah. You cannot do much better than this.
Yeah, because maybe you can see on the right there's some, a little electric fence, which is the out of bounds, and if you come in a little too fast, that can come into play as well.
Yeah, what's the electric fence for? Is that rabbits or what are they? Because they're really
Animals,
low.
maybe. The Anders.
I was waiting for somebody to get zapped on one of them. Still.
Apparently it was on, so.
Yeah, another good one. Beautiful.
Yeah, he was closer to the OB than I thought.
Yeah. Johannes, which is in a higher position. Seems a bit to the left.
Oh! Is that in? No, that's OB.
Fuera de límites, OB.
Second penalty for Johannes.
Tough break.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go all the way back.
Easy approach, but
Still has some work to do.
Here. Yeah. And Carlos, I think he's going to play safe because he will get the one stroke for Johannes easily.
What did the stats say on this hole? I would think average.
It's pretty average. Yeah, there's nothing very exciting about it. And I think it's a good hole. There's a lot of different ways to play it, and the second. I like holes where the second shot counts, but there's not a lot of.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that there's a decent number of par fours on the course.
Yeah, that
More
makes
of
for a lot
those.
of variation. Yeah.
And it's got great variation otherwise too. You know, sidearm,
Oh, yeah.
backhand, up,
Yeah.
down,
For sure.
distance, shorter, tight. Got it.
Okay, so we have the front nine with Markus Saarepu with -8 and 2 strokes behind. We have the beautiful course in Oviedo, and some of the images of the 100 players that played here in the championship.
From, was it
A lot of
13
fun.
different countries?
Yeah, Portugal. This is one.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful to have players from so many countries and all sharing some good days here.
Yeah, and I think people were pretty excited to come. February, not a lot of tournaments going on.
Yeah. Okay, so see you in some minutes to check out the back nine and see who's the winner of the Open de España 2022.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Yeah.